Eric, you're back.
Yes,
You've been away.
Yeah,
you've been away. Well, you were sorely missed. You know,
Oh,
Monster
thank you.
Handler Sydney and I held down the fort while you were gone, but it's so great to have you back. There's something different about you.
I mean, my beard has been growing back.
Yeah, it looks a little thicker. It's not that though. Maybe up top. Did you get a haircut?
No, I didn't. But did you change your hat? You look a little bit different.
No,
too.
the hat's the same. Are you wearing contacts?
Under my glasses? No. It's
Under
just,
the glasses?
just
No.
Well, I gotta say, man, whatever it is, you're looking good, Snood.
Happy Monstering! And welcome to another episode of My Singing Monsters Live, your one-stop shop for everything to do with My Singing Monsters. We are your snooderific hosts, Matt.
And Eric.
Woo! I was so thrown by the use of the word snooderific that my brain briefly turned off. Did you witness that?
It was a fantastic
that was
word, yeah.
Oh, snooderific. Yes, we've got our snoods because, of course, a very exciting week in the monster world. The festival, the seasonal event of Feastember has begun for the very first time. This is so exciting. But before we launch into that discussion, and it'll be a big one, we want to take care of some housekeeping things that we do here on My Singing Monsters Live. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This is episode number 55, I believe. 55. I love the alliterative, the palindromic. It's not alliterative.
I was going to say, what?
You know, 5.
Yeah.
It's alliteration. The palindromic episodes, like episode 55, multiples of 11. And 11, as you know, the base number of the monster culture. No,
As I know.
No, that's not it. Yeah, we've got lots to discuss.
Lots to discuss.
Why don't you take it away, Eric, and explain how the giveaways work here on My Singing Monsters Live?
Well, the giveaways. We like to do a giveaway at the end of every show. Michael, you're not helping, but welcome back to Monster Handler Michael.
There he
as
is.
well.
Hi, Monster
Back
Handler Michael
on the
is our
computer.
camera operator today, and we've got what? he's
I'm inside of you!
oh,
What?
look. I can see Eric's.
Attaboy, Michael.
Oh, you're tapping him on the head. That's sweet.
That's nice.
Sort of like the wake up.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
yes, that's a very good
Okay,
test segue. All right, but
so,
we're getting off track.
the giveaways.
Right, Michael's here. Sydney's in the chat. Hi, Sydney.
Hi, Sydney.
But we got to talk about giveaways.
giveaways.
Take it away, Eric.
Okay, so what do we do? Every episode, we have a giveaway. How do you enter the giveaway?
Yes.
In the chat, you type in !raffle. That makes you eligible to win the giveaway. What do you win? We don't know yet. We know, but you don't know.
It's a secret.
Yet. We like to keep.
It's a
we like to
secret
play
until the end of the episode.
That's right.
So that's the general giveaway. What about the other one?
The other one, I'm glad you mentioned that, Matthew, because we have a subscriber giveaway that we also do at the beginning of every show. So to be eligible for the subscriber giveaway, you simply have to subscribe to the channel.
So what does that do? What does subscribing to the channel do, Eric?
What doesn't it do?
Oh, okay.
You get rid of ads.
Bye.
You get a bunch of incredible emojis in the chat. You get me, you get you, you get Michael, you get Sydney, you even get Bill.
Bill.
Haven't seen him in a while.
A treasured employee.
That's right.
Of Big Blue Bubble.
And you get entered in the subscriber giveaway. Now I know what you're thinking. What if I subscribe and I can't make it to every episode? Doesn't matter. If you're a subscriber, you're entered to every single subscriber giveaway.
Oh, so you don't
you're
actually
here or
have
not.
to be tuned into the episode,
That's
unlike the
right.
general giveaway.
That's right.
I see, I understand now.
And if you're looking for an easy way to get subscribed to the channel, if you happen to be an Amazon Prime user, you do get one Twitch Prime free subscription, which you could use on this channel and what other channel?
The Big Blue Bubble
would you use
TV
it on?
channel here on Twitch. That's the one you're going to want to use it on. And if you do, then you'll be a subscriber to this channel and be eligible for the giveaway. Today's subscriber winner is
Logan Peters 756.
Congratulations, Logan Peters. And we'll tell you now what you won.
Yes, let's
You've
talk
won
about it.
A rare natural monster of your choice that are part of the Fire Haven ecology, the environmental features of that island. So,
Wow.
which rares am I referring to? I'm
Yes.
referring to the natural rares of Fire Haven. So, let's list them off. Those are Rare Tweedle, rare potbelly, rare noggin, rare dandy-doo, rare cybop, rare shrub, and rare reedling. So of those 7 monsters, which I might add are all available in this weekend's Rare When You Need 'Em promotion. Did you hurt your snood? You bent your snood.
It's fine.
He's got a bent snood. It's okay. We still love you. So those rares are all available, but Logan Peters 756, you get to choose which of those rares you would like as your prize for today's subscriber giveaway. Congratulations, that's great. Yeah, just let us know. So whisper at us on Twitch. So that's a private message. Your Big Blue Bubble ID, I've never called it that in my life. The BBB ID. Or your friend code in My Sing Monsters, and we'll make sure to deliver the rare of your choice among those 7 contenders. 7 contenders, and we'll give it to you
And if you're not
as
Logan,
a gift.
if you're not Logan Peter 756, or if you are and you haven't entered the other raffle yet, and you like the sound of that last prize, this is your chance to type in !raffle before the end of the show and get in for that giveaway, because that prize is often just as good, if not even more exciting.
Oh, it's sometimes even a little bit more a scintillating prize. Speaking of prizes, this was a prize week in My Singing Monsters,
Truly.
Monster Handler Eric, because, and it came, I think, as some surprise
I think
to
that's
people,
fair to say.
that the brand new seasonal event of Feastember made its big debut. It was ignited. It sprang to life like a fire. Ooh. Just like a fire.
Like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Like a phoenix, but based on perhaps a different bird.
Oh, baby.
Based on a different human world bird. But we'll get to all that in a second. So many of our community were keenly aware through the amazing monster pieces and amazing collaborative artistic ventures that they embarked upon, that yesterday, November 21st, was the 1-year anniversary of Firehaven.
That's right.
So happy birthday, Firehaven.
Happy birthday.
Today is birthday Boxing Day of Firehaven. That's the day after.
Yes.
I can never remember whether Boxing Day is a Canadian thing
It is.
or not. It's a Canadian thing. So that's the day after Boxing Day. Sometimes it's Boxing Week, but it's a whole other thing. But today is birthday Boxing Day for Firehaven, and to celebrate we have the Feastember seasonal event that debuted on Wednesday. We've also got the brand new update, version 2.3.4, that came out on all platforms on Wednesday as well, alongside the update, and that has a bunch of new features in it. We've got Dipsters on Firehaven. We've got the Star Shop, which has opened up new locations for 4 years and 4 days. It was a Natural Island exclusive, but now the Star Shop has successfully got some new venture capital to use for expansion onto different parts of the monster world. And it is now available on the Fire Islands, that's Firehaven and Fire Oasis, and the Magical Islands. Now, there's only one of those right now. That's Psychic Island, of course. But as we promised, there's probably more somewhere on the horizon coming.
As we've seen this week, plenty to discover still in the monster
Yes,
world.
there's so much more to discover, because every time we think we have things under control, there's more to see, more to do. So very exciting week, and you actually, I mean, both of us are wearing our snoods in honor of Feastember's #1 customer, Gobbleygourd.
That's right.
Now you say Gobbleygourd, I say Gobbleygourd.
Oh, I kind of say Gobbleygourd.
Right. There's
But I think I slip back and forth.
Yes, both are acceptable pronunciations of this monster. Gobbleygourd.
What about Gobbleygourd?
Gobbleygourd, no.
Oh.
A Gobbleygourd is
Oh, yeah. Rough for customer.
exactly, that's a Gobbleygourd. That's something else. That's not in the monster world. That's a whole other thing. But in the monster world, you've got the Gobbleygourd. And it is the first seasonal monster to make a debut in My Singing Monsters since Hula came out in July 2013. Can you believe it? An over 6-year span between the last brand new, never before seen, brand new sound, brand new art design, seasonal monster. 6 years, over 6 years. Isn't that shocking?
It is, and it's interesting you put it that way.
Why is that, Eric?
Let me share with everyone.
You'd like to
here.
elucidate something?
Yeah, I have some takeaways from the video that we premiered this week.
Yes, our scrumptious surprise, our Feastember YouTube premiere.
I did some studying of various reactions in the video of monsters.
Okay.
And I feel like I may have pieced together a bit of a timeline here.
Oh, is this a new addition to following the trail? Maybe
it could be. Maybe we'll get into that.
Okay.
But
so what have you got? What have you got prepared for us?
Let me give you my first piece of my evidence. What set my investigative senses off.
Your snoot.
What got my snoot a wiggling?
Yes.
What?
Nothing like a wiggly snoot.
When Gobbleygourd
yes
gracefully tumbled into Firehaven, several monsters were shocked. Would I say appalled? I don't know.
No.
Let's stick with
flabbergasted.
Yes, flabbergasted.
Flabbergourded.
Flabbergourded. Now there is another group of monsters, a particular group of monsters, who seemed quite ready to celebrate immediately. They also seemed to have a lot of things prepared and ready to go.
They certainly did, Eric.
And those monsters were in particular fire monsters.
Yes, they were, weren't they?
If I was a guessing man, I would guess that Gobbleygourd's been around in Firehaven for a while. I think the fire monsters were fully expecting this event, but us as monster handlers and other monsters
were taken by surprise.
This was their first time in Firehaven around this time of year.
That's right.
And so they were shocked to see this seasonal.
Yes, there was so much activity, so much hubbub last year with the fire monsters, with the volcano, the living core that sort of houses Firehaven, finally erupting above the surface of the living ocean, as seen in our Firehaven release video a year and a couple of days ago. So it was sort of quarantined. It was sort of sequestered, if you will, as part of the monster world. So the other monsters really didn't know what was going on, right?
That's right. And so my suspicion is that Gobbleygourd's been holding this seasonal event for who knows how long. The fire monsters have been celebrating, as evidenced by the parade, the entire parade.
Are you saying that Feastember isn't actually an old celebration?
Yes, I'm saying that Feastember is new to us, but maybe not new to the island.
Oh, very interesting. A very interesting theory. What evidence do you have to support this theory?
Well, as one of the resident video experts here at Big
You are that.
I decided to go back and study some of the other seasonal videos.
Get out of town.
That have been released.
Okay.
And I thought we could take a look at some of those because I found some startling evidence. Here you can see in the story of Sprinkles.
Yes.
Gobbleygourd appears to be in the background.
What?
Just watching the whole thing unfold.
Is that from an angle that we can't actually see in the video? But
well,
it's actually that's B-roll.
Listen,
that's B-roll.
Someone could go back and rewatch the video, but I wouldn't advise it. And then taking a look at actually following the trail, now that you mention it.
Right from this most recent
what's that fifth
extravaganza.
dipster hole doing there? That looks like a Gobbleygourd.
I'm not familiar with that variety of dipster.
I believe he was also watching during the following the trail. And then here we have the Season of Love, just peeking out there, watching the festivities.
From behind the curious cultivar.
That's right, always just out of sight. And then of course our recent event,
our Spooktacle 2019.
Looking pretty shocked at that epic Punkleton.
You're right. Because from this vantage point, we've got Furcorn reacting to Epic Punkleton, trying on its different faces, trying to appeal to the monsters, to be a performer, to be an impresario. But there's Gobbleygourd there in the background.
Then here's the one that'll really get you. During Summer Song, bet you didn't notice Gobbleygourd putting on the helmet
of DJ Epic.
Yeah, and it programming custom to its face, and then it wandering around in the background of the video.
That is shocking.
But I can assure you, without rewatching that other video, it's definitely there.
Wow. So you're saying.
Here's what I pieced together. If you don't mind putting my theory forward.
Yes.
I believe.
I'd like to feast my ears on your.
I believe that Gobbleygourd had been looking for an opportunity to celebrate Feastember in some way, shape, or form, and had visited various islands and realized, well, these are already full. These are taken. They've got things going on. And then stumbled into Firehaven, this nice little sort of sealed environment, and thought, this is my chance. Let's celebrate it here.
Oh, so you're saying that, like other seasonal monsters who are primarily migratory monsters, they don't have any fixed abodes. They sort of move around the monster world in different ways. You've got the Yule that travels by comet. You've got the Hula that travels by sailboat. You're saying the Gobbleygourd's been around for a while as well, but it was looking for a permanent home to celebrate Feastember.
That's right. It needed a venue, if
Right.
you will.
And at some point, at some undisclosed time in the past, Gobbleygourd successfully made it in to Firehaven, introduced itself to the fire monsters. They're old buddies at this point. Feastember has been celebrated there for a while. And only now that the surface natural monsters are connected and related to the fire monsters are they also keenly aware of the Gobbleygourd's existence.
As are we, having also just discovered with those monsters.
Right.
Firehaven.
Is that, do I sense that there's a question from monster handler Michael? Yes, Michael. What is it?
I have two things.
My neck
to tell you
hurts.
about.
The snoot is weighing my head down.
Yeah.
One,
Yes, Michael.
a vote is being held in the chat of Gourd versus Gourd.
Uh-huh.
Oh, interesting. I like that.
And currently, with 74% of the vote, it's Gourd.
Gourd?
Oh.
G-O-R-D.
Gobbleygourd.
Now, is that the way you pronounce that word on its
I
own?
think I've seen in the chat that both words can be pronounced. Just
I think it
gourd,
might
so.
be regional. I know
could
that
be.
myself, my whole life, I've never looked at something and gone, hey, look at that thing that's like a pumpkin. It's a gourd.
Yes.
I've always said gourd.
Same.
I
Same
vote
here.
for Gourd. But
You said gourd?
Gourd.
Gourd. You said gourd.
Hmm.
That's what I mean. I think it maybe even not regional. Maybe it's down to
I think
individual
I think-
families.
I think if I was
Interesting.
talking quickly, I'd say Gourd.
Dialectically
If I was
speaking.
like really like hamming it up, I might say
Gourd.
This Firehaven season will spark a hot debate.
Ah, very
My
good.
other point of contention, earlier in the episode,
Yes.
you confused palindrome with the multiple numbers.
Alliterative, yes.
Mhm.
But I corrected myself quickly.
But I have what that's called.
What is it?
It's called a rep digit.
A rep digit.
Sounds like another monster.
You've got Repetillo, you've got Rep Digit. Repetillo, one of the monsters that witnessed Gobbleygourd's descent.
And was quite
All the way
excited.
down.
Was very dressed up on the float.
Yes.
Afterwards.
Yes, I love those costumes that
Yeah.
the fire monsters were wearing. And you know what? By the end of the video, by the end of that little documentary that we saw this past week,
Yes.
it looked like the natural monsters were willing to basically go with the flow, the lava flow, that is, and accept Gobbleygourd as one of their own.
That's right. I think they got fully on board with the festival.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you know, when you've got an endorsement from Kana, who was there being like, and Cybot, you know, a little apprehensive, is like, you know what, forget it. This character seems like they've got a warm heart, and that's one of the aspects of Feastember, of course, right? Like sharing the bounty of nature's delectable harvest and stuff like that. So yeah, so it all makes sense that the monsters would find a place in their hearts for Gobbleygourd. So isn't that lovely?
I think the entrance was maybe a little off-putting to them because
Right, it wasn't exactly as graceful as maybe some were. You know what? I wonder if there were sort of rose-colored glasses here a little bit, because maybe we briefly saw how the Gobbleygourd pictures itself.
And well, even from a distance,
Right,
You
you're
can
sort of
only
looking up.
only see a vague silhouette.
That's right.
You kind of
It looked
imagine.
very majestic.
Yes.
But then,
And
as it got closer,
a different kind of majestic.
a different kind of majesty replaced it.
That's right.
Well, that's very exciting. So Feastember is fully in swing currently. It'll be continuing all of next week as well. Well, isn't that nice that it times itself so perfectly with the Thanksgiving celebrations of our American friends
Yes,
next week.
that's
Happy
right.
early Thanksgiving.
What a coincidence.
I know it is a huge
Crazy.
coincidence, and I know that some people were asking, well, aren't you a Canadian company? Well, yeah, well, that has nothing to do with what the monsters are doing, right? Like Firehaven, 1 year ago this week, so I guess that's just the timing. That's
the way it
that's
goes.
just sweet serendipity.
Yep. Speaking of,
Serendipster.
I see we have a winner here. 78% say Gourd.
Gourd.
Just
well,
gourd.
I'm going to continue to say gourd because I can.
Controversial.
Yeah.
On that note, shall we jump into some questions?
I would love to answer some
From the
questions
fans.
about
Okay.
Feastember and Gobbleygourd. Gourd.
At Mopsy asks,
Yes.
how many gourds could a Gobbleygourd gobble if a Gobbleygourd could gobble gourds?
Very interesting. Now we know that Gobbleygourds are big fans of smunkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Who isn't?
Yes, it's a seasonal treat in the monster world. We got the smunkin pie. But in terms of how many gourds they could consume, how many they could gobble on their own, I don't know. And I also wonder if it's sort of a you are what you eat sort of situation as far as Gobbleygourd's involved, because, obviously it has some turkey-ish qualities to it, but it seems to also be incorporated with some various squashes and some leaves.
Very
and stuff.
interesting
So
creature,
there's a lot of fall. There's a lot of autumnal imagery there incorporated inside the monster itself. So if the monster is gobbling gourds, where does it put them? Is it uncomfortable eating a gourd if it's also sort of made of gourds? I don't know. How many do you think it could gobble if it could gobble gourds?
Well, monsters are known to eat a lot, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They can be voracious eaters.
72.
72.
Yep. On the dot.
I accept that.
The last bite, it'll go, done.
I've had enough.
Yeah. Maybe later.
There you go. There's your answer, Mops. You do 72.
At Nicole Wilson 583 asks, why did you decide to add this into the game if you guys are a Canadian company and Thanksgiving in the human world is a U.S. holiday?
Well, Nicole Wilson was obviously on the same page as several other members of our community who were asking about that thing, and I sort of touched on it a moment ago. Why is it being celebrated now? We couldn't tell you. The monsters have their own schedule, and it just so happens to align quite nicely with American Thanksgiving. That's true. I think if Feastember, if we petitioned the monsters to move Feastember to early October, I get a sense that many of our players would go, "What's going on?" Because I believe that you are a month early, because Canadian Thanksgiving is the first or second Sunday of October.
And
comes even before Halloween. Isn't that wacky?
I think
that's Canada.
I think it's fair to say that I can speak for all Canadians.
Yes.
Whenever I want, specifically right now.
Yes.
And say that we will not complain about being able to celebrate 2 Thanksgiving-esque holidays.
Exactly.
That's a great time.
The way I see it, we get to sort of celebrate 2 of them.
The best of both worlds.
That's a great way to look at it. A great outlook there.
As I said, I speak for all Canadians.
What a good snood.
Fartbag79313952 asks, does this mean Gobbleygourd will have an epic and a rare?
Whoa, hold your horses there, Mr. Bag.
Whoa, Mr. Bag.
Hold your horses there, Mr. Bag. I think that there's no indication that rare and epic forms of this monster exist.
Bah!
Bah!
Couldn't imagine it.
Bah!
I think he was pretty epic on his own.
I agree.
So
Definitely Gobbleygourd has made an epic entrance.
Alright, gonna make a leap on this name. Guessing it's supposed to be pronounced Shadow Monkey.
I think you're correct
1224 asks, are the leaves and gourds on Gobbleygourd the result of its unceremonious landing on Firehaven? How did the fire monsters recognize it?
Well,
that last part?
Yes, you already answered part of that. Part of that. The fire monsters have...
They're well acquainted.
Gobbleygourd has been known to them for a while, but
Yes.
with respect to the first part of the question, no, those are actually part of the monster's anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Those leaves and gourds on Gobbleygourd.
Just occurred to me to back up my theory. I believe there's a little something in Gobbleygourd's bio.
Yes.
That further supports my theory that Gobbleygourd itself may have had a hand in really pushing Feastember.
Yes.
It was really the driving force. Whereas sometimes you think Spookskill may have been an event, and Punkleton in some way the world gave Punkleton to this event.
Right.
I have the feeling that
the other way around.
The other way around
for
Gobbleygourd
is
decided,
really an adamant Feastember celebrator.
I should be a seasonal. This event is happening, and he came to Firehaven and said, "This is a thing. They celebrate it out there. You should all celebrate it too." And they said, "That sounds great."
And you know what? There's the comparison, like you said in the bio for Gobbleygourd, that it's sort of like an excitable relation.
Mm-hmm.
That is there going, "Oh, we have to celebrate these traditions," and you're going, okay, but you can't help but play along, can't help but have some fun.
Especially if you're
along the
sealed
way.
off, you don't have any other seasonal events you're on. Why not?
Exactly.
Why not embrace that?
Exactly.
Jimmy RS1 asks, how did the Feastember decorations get on the heat-flowing Firehaven?
Well, I think that is testament to the levels of cooperation that the fire monsters have with Gobbleygourd in order to make sure that Gobbleygourd feels welcome on Firehaven, and that all of those decorations help fit the sort of harvest autumnal theme.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the existing obstacles and obstacle decorations are sort of been put in storage, at least for the duration of the seasonal event, and we get to instead enjoy all of this lovely imagery. You've got scarecrows, you've got leaf piles, you've got all sorts of different... like there's hay barrels.
There's a picnic basket.
Bales, hay bales. Not barrels. Bales, hay bales.
Yes, bales.
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you.
And several different scarecrows.
I'll tell you what's got my mind racing.
Yes.
Which is related to this question. Thank you, Wee Jimmy RS1. How did Gobbleygourd get to the top of Firehaven? It doesn't. All the other evidence seems to imply it can't fly. But somehow it got to the top of it. Now, do I have some theories? Yes, I do.
Perhaps
I'm
you
not
can.
going to share them
Perhaps
right
you
now.
can share them on next week's episode.
Maybe.
Of My Singing Monster.
But the other idea that got my mind racing
Yes.
is, how does Gobbleygourd leave? He doesn't seem to have the power to fly.
Right. How does Gobbleygourd get around?
So let me challenge the community.
We've already got
and
a
say,
flying seasonal. We've already got Schmoochel.
So let me challenge the community and say, I'd love to see your theories on how Gobbleygourd gets in and out of Firehaven, knowing that to get in, it drops from the top of the volcano.
The other interesting thing, of course, is that Gobbleygourd must have had some secondary way of getting into Firehaven prior to the volcano.
That's right.
Erupting.
Who knows?
Erupting above the surface of the living ocean. So
fascinating.
there's a before and after sort of state here as well to
so
discuss.
we'd love to hear your theories. Make sure to share them on social media. Write them in. Draw them. Animate them if you're feeling challenged.
Wow.
And send them in with the hashtag MyStreamingMonsters. Maybe we can take a look at some on next week's episode.
That would be
Maybe we can
glorious.
put together some of our own theories.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I do have some.
You have some. You're sort of leading the charge on this
I feel like
Gobbleygourd
as far
geology.
as Monster World exploration goes, you're the explorer and I'm sort of becoming the investigator.
You're a theorist. That's for sure.
That's right. Okay, SCW Productions.
Not a conspiracy theorist, but just a theorist. You give lots of evidence.
Conspiracies, not conspiracies.
Conspiracies. Yes.
SCW Productions asks, how did Gobbleygourd find Firehaven and Oasis?
That's a good question.
Folds right into what we were just talking about.
How it first found them, we're not sure. Maybe it was accidental because
It
that
was certainly looking based on those
well, the other
images.
thing that's important to mention, and a lot of people were asking this as well, why does Gobbleygourd also stop in at Fire Oasis during this seasonal event? Well, I'll answer that question for you. You may have noticed in the opening shot of our Scrumptious Surprise Feastember video, a tiny island on the horizon on the right-hand side of the screen.
To the right.
There's Fire Oasis. Fire Oasis is actually quite close, comparatively, to Firehaven. So is Tribal Island, right? All of those islands that have a connection with the element of fire are all sort of in the same neighborhood, in the same turkey neck of the woods. And so, because Gobbleygourd has a special affinity with fire monsters, it also has several friends that have since migrated over and have sort of set up camp on Fire Oasis. I'm thinking of Waddle, I'm thinking of Woolabee, Wink, Fangler, Boscus, that whole collection of fire monsters as well. So Gobbleygourd wants to make sure that it visits all of its fiery friends during Feastember, so that's why it is on Fire Oasis. And presumably, if it knows where Firehaven is, it's like, where are the rest of the fire monsters?
Yeah.
And they're like, they're over there on that big blown glass island.
That's right.
So there you go.
I mean, Fire Oasis was created after Firehaven was discovered.
Very recently.
Of course, they could share that information. Hey, you should check out this other island we
Firehaven,
built.
very ancient. Fire Oasis,
And
very new.
as we saw, Gobbleygourd not opposed to moving around and looking at different places, so obviously it would have jumped on that opportunity.
Exactly, but how it gets around, still a mystery.
Hard to say.
Still a spirit.
Okay, this is a two-part question.
Okay.
I can answer the first part. I'll let you answer the second
All
part. Strimes Tweets 49 asks, if the fire monsters were able to recognize the Gobbleygourd, would that imply that Feastember was an ancient tradition, a lost time? Yep. Could we learn more about lost traditions from the Dawn of Fire as well?
Now, interestingly, who knows if this dates back all the way back to Dawn of Fire?
That's
because
right.
we don't have any evidence of seasonal monsters even actually existing during the era of Dawn of Fire. No archaeological or monstropological evidence exists to support the theory that seasonals even existed back then. So I don't know if these are traditions dating back to Dawn of Fire, but it could be post-continental drift.
That's right.
Post-formation of the natural islands that maybe, we don't know how long after Gobbleygourd made its...
but it's so hard to say.
Its first foray into Firehaven, but maybe one day we'll learn.
Oh, I knew this question was coming, and I know we're ready to answer.
Yeah.
Here we go. Quazook MSM asks, how does Gobbleygourd feel about the turkey bakery item?
The turkey bakery item. Now, interestingly, Gobbleygourd doesn't even sort of recognize it as being related.
It's fairly different.
Because you know, Gobbleygourd is very fixated on certain things, right? Like, is very keen on everyone having a good time. Is very keen on everyone having a fiery feast-ember, and so I think certain things it just sort of doesn't pay attention to. And quite frankly, as we've previously established in the monster world, this is not actually a turkey, not actually a roast turkey. It's actually a vegan option that's plant-based. And this is true of just about all bakery items. The monsters were going vegan long before it was popular in the monster world. Long before it was the environmentally conscious choice.
Quick peek behind.
And the monsters love the monster world. They want to keep it safe.
Quick peek behind the curtain as far as video production goes.
Yes.
Was there ever a written joke that when Gobbleygourd landed, that a monster like Entbrat might hide a turkey quickly behind his back? Maybe that was in the works.
Well,
but
Entbrat's not on fire. Even maybe Tring.
Oh, I just mean a large monster.
A large
was
monster.
The concept.
Tring would have been a good candidate.
These concepts
for
are thrown around
Tring
very
with
loosely.
Those big biceps.
Yes,
needs a lot of protein.
Just the idea that a large, sort of
swole.
goofier monster would be like, whoop.
Right.
That's all. That's all.
It is still a funny idea.
That's right. Graham02 Shiny Popsicle asks, would Gobbleygourd drive a car if he could?
Of course.
Who wouldn't?
Maybe perhaps this is a question. This is the answer to the earlier question of how does Gobbleygourd get around?
Just
does it cruise around in a?
I like that.
In a Lincoln Town car.
I like to
maybe.
picture a little go kart.
Oh, that's a cute idea. I'd like to see that as a monster piece.
Yeah, that would be
in a
fun.
go kart. A gobbly cart.
Just racing
A
to like
Gobbleygourd
top
cart.
speeds.
Yes. And skidding across the water. That's how fast it's
That's
going.
the drift.
Yeah.
Love that. Donka DePango asks, question about Gobbleygourd, is it supposed to represent a vegan turkey?
Not exactly. I think the turkey in the bakery is a vegan turkey. I think Gobbleygourd is just a monster.
Just a monster.
Right? Like many of the monsters sort of incorporate various different recognizable things that are amalgamated together. Right? So we figured that we'd do that with Gobbleygourd, with the design of Gobbleygourd. Actually, while we're talking about the design of Gobbleygourd, maybe now's as good a time as any to throw up some of that concept art.
Concept art
that we had prepared. Now,
Great concept.
there's some excellent concepts here that were created
things that were cooked up for Gobbleygourd.
For our quote-unquote Thanksgiving seasonal monster. Lots of different varieties there. You can see that 3 is the one that ended up really sort of tickling our fancy that we ended up going with. But there's a whole collection of ideas here. And as you can see, originally there's sort of a cycloptic version of
those
Gobbleygourd
one-eyed
there
ones
on the
are really
far,
throwing
on the
me for a
far
loop.
right, and lots of different body styles and body plans. The number 7 there has sort of more of a rooster feel to it, a 3-legged rooster.
Yeah, and that being said, also looks a little bit more like the silhouette we see in the video. That's what they saw from a distance.
That's a good point.
Was that kind of stature.
So maybe that's an homage to some of
maybe.
this concept art. But yeah, there's, even though only one of these ideas was ultimately selected to become the next seasonal monster, you can see the creativity and the diversity of ideas that are brilliant, talented artists here at Big Blue Bubble in their monster handler duties are able to come up with. And, there's so many different worlds of creativity that they could inspire. We chose just one, but there's so many to choose from. It makes the job very difficult for us to decide what we want to do.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and list 2 hot takes right in a row.
Yep.
One on behalf of myself, one on behalf of, I'm not sure who, but we're going to get to that. First hot take, I love Gobbleygourd. I think the design is incredible. I think the personality is incredible. I love everything about it. That's the way
it is. It's a monster that even if you're apprehensive about it at first, like the natural monsters were, I think you learn to love it pretty quickly.
Yeah, you warm up to it, so to speak.
Yeah, and people say that about Entbrat too, right? Like they're sort of like, oh, Entbrat's got a weird sort of sound, and then we have to say, oh, well, they're monsters, right? They're singing monsters. They're not opera singers.
Now, second hot take.
Yes.
I don't know if this comes from Sydney or the chat, but someone seems to have suggested that rather than a car, maybe Gobbleygourd drives a razor scooter.
Wow.
That would be really something.
I remember Razor scooters. Okay, how about one more question, then we can move on to trivia.
Okay, let's find out.
It's called trivia, Michael. I was stumped last week. I had a horrendous performance. Monster Hunter Sydney was there to witness it. But this week I'm going to be doing much better because the spirit of Feastember flows through me.
Okay, I'm actually gonna do 3. I'm gonna speed round 2 of them and then leave the third one up to you.
All right,
You ready?
You're gonna speed round them.
Yeah.
All right.
Wake the Geekers asks, can Gobbleygourd actually fly? Not that we know of, didn't look like it from the video. Hard to say. Sailor1343 asks, have the other monsters known about Gobbleygourd or heard stories about it before it arrived on the islands, or was it a complete surprise for everyone? Not for the fire monsters, as we covered, must have appeared previously to establish Feastember before, but new to the other monsters and ourselves.
Right.
And now the one for you.
Yep.
Just have to pull it up. Where did it go? Oh no.
Eric.
Oh, got it. At Yellow the Lemon asks, what does Hula think of Gobbleygourd being on 2 islands?
I think Hula's thrilled about it. You know why?
Why is that?
Because it's twice as many places that the Hula could play pranks on it.
Ooh, that's good.
Because,
That's a good answer.
Because, you know, it's sort of a, hey, maybe you should skip town for a while sort of thing. So if you're able to hop islands and prank a whole new unsuspecting group of monsters, there's even more prank potential.
I lied. I have to ask one more question. I have to. This is so good. I need to know the answer now.
Yes.
At Thwocklands asks, can Gobbleygourd's eyes see in every direction?
Oh, like a chameleon's?
Yeah. It does have a particularly bulbous shape to them.
It does. I don't know. It's got sort of a certain form of strabismus, right? When your eyes, like Marty Feldman, like eyes pointing in different directions. I don't know if that necessarily means that it can see in all directions, or if its vision is slightly impaired. I'm not sure. But obviously, with the care and affection that the other monsters give Gobbleygourd, specifically the fire monsters, it is never in harm's way.
Very carefully placed upon that.
Very carefully and gingerly placed.
That's right.
And patted gently on the head.
Well,
all right, now I'm ready.
Not treating people nicely and gingerly. Let's hit you with some stuff.
Eric. All right.
M. Howard 61458.
The snood will give me strength.
At 12 letters, Gobbleygourd now has the longest monster name.
Get out of town.
Which monster previously had the longest name? A very good question.
Oh, crikey.
This is a great question. And that it is trivia, and that now we know that Gobbleygourd has the longest. That's a nice piece of trivia, and it's a something that you're going to get it wrong.
It's like a good Jeopardy answer where you learn something before you have to ask the question. Is it by Sonorous?
Stumped.
Who is it?
Creepuscule at 11.
Rats.
That's a good one.
I think Creepuscule also came out around this time of year well. It was a fall wublin.
I'm going to go ahead.
So that's 0 out of 1.
That's right. I'm going to alert Sydney. There's no answer for this next question. So if you could quickly pull it up, because I have an idea, but I don't want to get it wrong. So I'll just say the question from Woohoos.
Woohoos.
If you could look up the answer for that, I'll move on to the next ones, and we'll come back to that once we get an answer.
Okay.
At Strimes Tweets 49 asks, who is featured as a scarecrow on the tree Feastember obstacle decorations? I can read that more fluidly if that would help.
Nope, I know who it is.
Okay.
Pom Pom.
I'm just gonna let you know. They've included more than one answer.
So never mind. Give me the question again.
Who is featured as a scarecrow on the tree Feastember obstacle decorations?
Oh, plural. The tree. Well, there's a little sort of scarecrow doll on the small Feastember tree. Who that is, I can't remember. I'm going to say that it's Pom Pom and Furcorn. Is that what they said?
Stumped. They had a third one, but you did get those two right.
Third.
It also says Entbrat.
Yes, but Entbrat's not on any obstacle decoration, I don't think. It is part of the Feastember island decoration. The
island decoration? Well, let's let the fans decide.
Hence my...
I immediately figured that's what you were thinking.
Yes. So far as I can recall, Entbrad is not actually part of any decoration that can be placed on the island. And it did say, can I hear the question again? Maybe I added the obstacle.
No, it said, who is featured as a scarecrow on the tree Feastember obstacle decorations?
Okay.
So I think Entbrad might have been an overzealous
Yes, I
inclusion,
contest the Entbrad inclusion.
which is understandable, to be fair. As someone who worked with
count
those decorations for the videos, I get it.
This as a win for me. I'm going to say correct. 1 out of 2.
Okay. We have our answer for the other one. So here we go. At Woohoos asks,
Yes.
what monsters were wearing Gobbleygourd masks during its celebration?
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Rapatillo. Mm-hmm. Masks or costume pieces?
I think they're including both.
Costume pieces, okay. Rapatillo, Cana, Flower, Glowl.
Winner again, yeah.
Yeah! That's right.
I'm so glad you watched the videos.
2 out of 3. Ain't bad. 3 out of 4 is even better. 4 out of 5 is stupendous.
Yes.
All right. Keep them coming, Eric.
Okay. D. Bon Appetit asks, what monster has the...
I have to stop you. Look at what's happening on the screen.
Oh my!
I think this is like the DVD thing that's bouncing. Will it get into the corner?
You have to catch it. You've earned your chance to get it, and now
it's gone. It's out of reach.
Okay. D. Bon Appetit asks, what monster has the most amount of syllables?
Which monster has the most amount of syllables?
Mm-hmm. I see a lot of counting from both.
I'm gonna say, okay. So, can I?
Can you?
We're including just the common monster's name. We're not adding any like epic or rare.
I think that's fair to say based on this answer. Yes.
Okay. Because an earlier answer, which I correctly guessed, which was rare fung prey, needed rare in the mix.
I do not believe they're asking for an epic or rare with this question.
Okay, so I'm. Can I ask? Can you tell me whether the number that I give is correct, and then I'll give you my answer?
I can.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll count as correct.
Is it 5?
Yes. I just wanted to double check for myself. The chat was all over it.
Okay,
They've already got
I'm
the
gonna
answer.
Say
so.
Araculele.
Winner again, yeah. You got it.
Get out of it.
You got it.
No.
And the chat was all over it
3
too.
out of 4 is even better. All right, now let's go for a record 80% success rate here with the final trivia question of episode 55.
Tough one for a debut of a monster.
My snoot ditching me.
Yo, it's Screamoo asks.
Yeah.
How many tail feathers does Gobbleygourd have? A classic, just a good old appearance question.
7. No. That are visible? How many tail feathers does Gobbleygourd have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say 6.
Murder Kid, yeah, you did it!
I did it! See, I caught myself.
Oh, what? Oh, Michael's contesting. It's what the answer says, Michael!
I saw when that one was submitted in the chat, and I definitely saw that the answer was 7.
Well, this answer here's a 6, and I didn't change it. So.
And everyone in the chat is saying 7.
What is happening
So
here?
then my instinct was correct, and I should also
Well,
be
now
correct?
I don't know what to say. This is very confusing.
All right, well,
Eric,
we'll have to take a look at...
Hey, I read the computer.
Look at that face. We love that face here on My Singing Monsters Live. That's a petulant face. Okay, so speaking of being petulant, you might be petulant when we embark on our activity.
That's right.
For today.
Oh, yes.
Which is Gobbley who? Get that out of there.
Well, no, Cindy says 6, so...
Okay, 6. All right, so...
Oh, this isn't the right one.
No, it's not.
No, we need that. There it is. Gobbley who? Who? Gobbley who. So how Gobbley who today's activity is going to work is that both Monster Handler Eric and I are going to listen to selections of monsters singing or playing their musical parts from My Singing Monsters, going to do an impression of it in Gobbleygourd's voice, sort of the way the Feastember video began, where Gobbleygourd was imitating Dandy Doo, Potbelly, Tweedle, Noggin.
Ooh, No, it was here's a fun little Easter egg. So it was Dandy Doo first, then it was Potbelly, then it was Tweedle, and then
it was Furcorn, I guess.
there was in between. Actually, that's another note that I'd like to touch on because that is also interesting. In between, while Cybop is investigating the tree, if you listen very carefully, you can hear a soft Riedling impression by Gobbleygourd.
Oh, a deep cut.
Yes.
An Easter egg.
And then,
but not Easter, a Thanksgiving egg.
Regarding the Furcorn impression.
Yes.
Some people have, even before the video was out, some internal folks were like, well, would it know the Furcorn part? But it would know the Dandy Doo part, which is
very closely related
similar.
Because that's connected to the idea that the surface natural monsters came and shared part of a new song with Firehaven monsters to learn.
That's right.
And then it sort of gets hybridized at the end.
That could be
there
close
and
enough
turned
to get
from
by.
a minor key into a major key, a song of celebration.
And congratulations to the eagle-eared viewers who noticed that. Yeah, Noggin started playing
Eagle-eared?
its Plant Island. Noggin started playing its Plant Island part to try to communicate with the Furcorn Scarecrow.
Ah.
Very good.
It's all making sense now.
Okay, let's jump right into this.
So you've got your headphones.
I will go first since I have it open.
Eric is correct.
I'm already horrified at the idea of this first one. But
all right, I won't pay attention.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Pickles and cheese. I will try not to stare at any clues.
Okay, you ready?
Because it'll be easy for me to.
Where's the gobbly there?
Yeah, where's your gobbling?
I said gobble.
Okay. Can I hear it again, please?
Yeah, of course. Let me reset. How much you want me to do? More gobbling? Is
I
that
want more gobbling.
You seem like you were just doing the part.
okay?
Yes, you must gobble it.
It's a series of long notes. I don't know how to add more gobble. Okay. Let me try it one more time. I'll do a little
This
trick.
is from any monster in the monster world.
No, it is Firehaven and Fire Oasis.
Oh, that
Yums.
helps a great deal. Okay, that helps a great deal. So yes. Okay, I got it this last time.
The vibrato?
Now that you finally narrowed it
Delivery?
down to some things, I think it's Glowl on Fire Oasis.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
If you can think of a better way to gobble those long notes, I'm open to it.
you're
That's
right.
tough.
Unless you were to sustain them. Okay.
It's even the like, it's just, that's the from gobble.
Unless you were the whole time.
Okay,
which
let me just click off my folder so you don't.
Okay.
And there you go.
And now it's my turn to.
And I hope the community is guessing at home.
There, we got it.
How do you like this hat set up here?
This is really something.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'll do my best to get the monster. I don't even know if I'll get the island though. I'm so bad at this.
All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Yeah. Last note. Okay, I'm gonna go with my first instinct.
Yes.
I don't want to be here all day while
Yep.
I just ponder. I hope the chat has had a chance to guess.
Yeah, they got it.
I'm gonna go with my first good instinct and say Flower from Firehaven.
You got the island correct, but
Oh.
it's Cana. It's Cana from Firehaven going
Oh.
dum da 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 dum.
Yep.
Da 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 dum. It's hard when you lose the syllable.
Yeah,
obviously,
'cause
they have to
I was
replace
thinking
it.
of the-
Hence part of the challenge of Gobbly Gobbly
Yes.
Who.
I was thinking of the distinct beats of Flower.
Yes. Okay. Back to
I'll
you
ask
there,
you.
my
I'll ask you
friend.
to change off of your folder.
Yes,
there,
I
so
will
don't
change off of my
see any
folder.
answers.
If I can-
To the chat, were they all over this one?
All right.
Oh yeah, they never get it
Back
wrong.
to you. Yes.
Well, they don't until we really butcher one of these, as I will.
You're next. Round 2 of Gobbly Gobbly Who.
Okay. You ready for this one?
Yes.
Goo, gobble, 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 goo. You want another round?
No. I
Okay.
think I know who it is.
All right.
Is it Flower?
Yeah, the one I just guessed.
Yes. Yes, the one you just guessed.
I couldn't have spelled it out better.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Yes, there was a certain irony I could sense in your delivery of I just guessed this.
I really enjoyed that the who syllable matched with the goo syllable. When I think of gobbling in the style of Gobbleygourd, I don't initially think of starting with a goo instead of a gobble. And so I thought, it was a little tricky to get into the flow after that.
All right, are you ready?
Good. Yes.
Here we go.
So to speak.
Now you should know this one, Eric.
Oh no.
Here we go. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Gobble, 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 goo, gobble, 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 goo, gobble, 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 gobble.
Okay, it's Tweedle.
It is.
From Firehaven.
You got it.
Okay, I remember that from the video. It's one of those ones where, and then you hear the gobbling in your head, and you're like, now I can't hear the actual monster part.
Exactly. Well done, well done. I will go back to your folder there.
That was, yeah.
Back to you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, I almost caught my snood.
You never want to catch your snood.
No. You don't want a pinched snood.
Gotta let that thing fly free.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Let me just get into the zone one more time here.
Round 3.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready, Eric.
Gobble, gobbly, gobble, gobble, gobbly, goo, goo, gobble, gobbly, goo, gobble, goo.
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, yes, I do, because it's between two.
Okay.
It's between two monsters.
Gob, gobbly, gobble, gob, gobbly, goo, goo, gob, gobbly, goo, goo, goo.
Now, notably, that exact rhythmic pattern is shared by both Kana and Wink on Fire Oasis. But I think the personality that you infused into your performance of Gobbleygourd indicates that it's not Kana but Wink.
You got it.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
glad that came
The
through.
chat was split?
That's understandable. That is a tough,
rhythmically and melodically they're very similar. They harmonize the two parts with each other. But I got the sense with the attack that you gave it that it was more of a ram diddly dam sort of sound.
Gobble, gobbly, gobble,
Yes,
gobble,
I heard it. I heard it come through.
Let me click up for that. Let's see. You do a third one,
Yes.
and then maybe this
Yeah.
will be the grand finale here.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is my round.
All right, chat. Help me out in
This
case
is
I
my
can't get
round
this one.
3. Yes.
Yes.
All right. The third and final round.
I
we'll
think
say?
so. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's fair.
Here we go.
Looking for help on this.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Gobbly, gobbly, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, ga. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, gobbly, ga, ga. Gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, ga. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, ga.
There you
I
go.
just have to place which monster it is.
I'll try and give you a hint based on my performance.
Okay, because I definitely recognize it.
Yeah, here we
I'm
go.
on it.
Gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, ga. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, ga. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, goo. Gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum, gobbly, gobbly, gum.
You know what's really getting me?
What?
Right at the end, when my brain is like, this, it finishes the sort of the cycle.
Yep.
And I should know when it is. All I hear is, instead of like.
So you know the island.
Yeah.
So you know the island. He knows the part. Does he know who it belongs to?
That's where I'm blanking. I feel like it's a rhythmic monster.
Can I give you a... It is.
Okay.
But is it a rhythm monster? Is it a percussion monster that makes distinct notes? What percussion instrument makes distinct notes on Fire Oasis?
Let me think back to that video. I feel like this part was isolated. And it was when the crystals were falling and crystals emit a high-pitched note like keys, it's Quibble.
You got it! Yeah, well done. I liked you walking us towards that one, buddy. Well done, well done.
That was a great job. I recognized it right away. It's just so hard to zone in.
Sometimes in isolation.
Oh.
But congratulations, you made it. Well done. Gobbly gobbly who? I think gobbly gobbly great. Gobbly gobbly good job. Gobbly gobbly good job. So there you go.
I think it's like, oh, gobbly gobbly good job.
Gobbly gobbly good job.
All right, you know who else did a good job?
Who?
All the people who submitted monster pieces.
They always do.
Based on Feastember and other parts of the monster world that inspired them. Why don't we take a look at some of those right now?
Yes, please.
So here from Askier.
Whoa.
Or Askier, I never know how to pronounce that name. We have some excellent line art, some sketches of Gobbleygourd. And specifically, sort of a crunched up version, perhaps that has withstood a great fall there at the bottom. But love the
full of confusion down there.
Love
too.
the
Love
detail at the top.
Really capture the personality.
And I like the crooked neck of Gobbleygourd. Looks great. Well done. Love this line art. Excellent
Amazing.
attention to detail. Next up, from Donkey Pango. Oh, a particularly beautifully painted version
Very
of
nice.
Gobbleygourd.
Yes.
Now this head to me has shortened the beak a little bit, and as a result, it sort of reminds me, it looks sort of like a vulture. It sort of has that naked head thing going on.
I can
but
see
of
it.
course, vultures, in terms of snatching food away, you know, that's Rare Flugel's job.
Yes.
That's Rare Flugel's job, snatching treats. Not Gobbleygourd. Gobbleygourd wants you to sample everything, right? It's all about sharing.
I must say, really like the snoot on this one.
Yes.
Very healthy
A
looking
snoot after my own heart.
That's right.
A
I
snoot
wish
after
my
own
snoot looked
heart.
that
Well
good.
done, Donkey Pango. What's next? From Sailor1343, we have a sweet little animated comic of Gobbleygourd at the Feastember table, and other monsters cooing and looking excitedly at the spread at the banquet.
That's right. They are
at the
psyched.
the banquet of embers, as it's known in several other languages.
This could basically be a scene right after the end of the trailer. Once they're
Exactly.
once
Look
they're
at
all
that. I
on
see
board.
cake, I see bread, I see pizza, I see pie, I see a big salad, and Stog and Flugel and Dandy Doo looking on in awe.
What a confident Gobbleygourd.
Yes.
Love
that, it. Yeah, that one really has taken charge there.
Yeah.
It knows, it's taken its rightful place as sort of the spiritual leader of Feastember. All right, what's next? Well done, Sailor1343. From Insanity Season, we have, a very sweet Gobbleygourd. This one looks like its proportions of it almost youngified a little bit. It looks like almost this is what a young Gobbleygourd would look like, or the one that hasn't suffered so many falls
Yes.
as
Looks
the
very
adult one
enthusiastic.
that we saw.
Very enthusiastic, very energetic, life of the party.
And you know what?
which-
This background sort of reminds me of the environment it might find on Fire Oasis.
Oh yeah, some nice color.
A nice
matching
blue
there.
sky
Yeah.
there, in contrast.
Very,
with
very nice.
Oh, but here, a beautiful, from Antithetic, a beautiful celebration of Firehaven's 1-year anniversary. I
Wasn't
see
that
some of the
nice?
fiery bat critters floating around. I see a version of Firehaven in the back, and a beautiful version of the big-eared colossal, the cycloptic colossal that we can see there. That is what the Firehaven monsters call home. Well done, Antithetic.
Do you wanna
And what a
hear-
sweet celebration.
Do you want to hear a little Easter egg about the video?
What?
I voiced the Firehaven bat.
You voiced the
And
Firehaven bat.
most people don't even notice. It's a subtle little
It
thing,
is
but
very
it's in
subtle.
there.
I didn't even. I'll have to
Yeah.
go back and listen. Dove Tears here. Oh, a very sweet Gobbleygourd. Look at those eyes.
I love it. So cute.
You know what? If this Gobbleygourd had appeared on Firehaven, I don't think any of the monsters would have batted an eye.
Except maybe those little, when they get just a little watery, being like, it's so cute.
Yes.
It's so
Yes,
adorable.
they're awfully sweet. Well done, Dove Tears. Next up from Facite Fog is the kind of Gobbleygourd
Yes.
that the monsters would be sort of like.
No.
Uh-huh.
That really captures the spirit of the video.
Yes, with
In
especially
particular,
with
I
the
think.
tongue out, and I like the hairdo. I like
Yeah.
the feather dew, I should say. that
everything
has been added to
I
this
really like the
particular-
texturing of Gobbleygourd versus the background as well. There's something about it being a little more textured, whereas the background is cleaner. Again, really puts it sort of out of its environment. I love it. It's
The
amazing.
background sort of reminds me of the starburst pattern that we have on the icon for My Singing Monsters.
That's
if we were
right.
still doing seasonal variants, we might have put Gobbleygourd there on the icon.
That'd be
and this
quite
color
the
scheme-
icon.
This color scheme would have looked just beautiful. Well done, Fast-Eyed Frog.
Very nice.
Next up from Jonathan M.
Oh.
We have, aw, isn't that sweet? Punkleton giving the thumbs up to Gobbleygourd. Hey, you've
Love
joined
that,
our
yeah.
ranks. Yeah, you know, you're one of us now.
Yeah, I
you're
love
part
that.
of the 6th seasonal
One
to be
of
discovered.
autumn seasonal to another saying approved.
Yes,
You're in.
And both of them sort of gourd based.
That's a good point.
Yes,
I didn't
perhaps
even think of that.
these two are the most alike of the seasonals that have been released to date. So it certainly makes sense that those two would get along famously.
Very true.
Well done, Jonathan M. Next up from Laser Crystal X. Whoa, this is a Gobbleygourd with some thick legs.
That's right. Leg day. Never misses.
It looks like this Gobbleygourd's wearing bell-bottom versions of its own legs.
I love it. It's again, it's simplified, but in such a fitting way. Again, really represents
And you know what's
well.
interesting? This one, although I think it's just a case of artistic license and the angle that the monster is being presented at, this one almost looks like it only has the one eye that was seen on the concept art.
Laser Crystal
But
X. What do you know?
But I think Laser Crystal X is instead just showing a sidelong
Yes.
view of Gobbleygourd.
Profile, if you will.
And there is another eye there on the other side. Well
Very
done.
good.
If I was looking at this, I would have said maybe there were only 4 tail feathers, but I'm glad I got to the correct
That's
answer
right.
of 6.
Wow.
Miss Kazoo Duck here has a Gobbleygourd that a fellow Gobbleygourd might say, "Hello,
Go.
Gobbleygourd, Gobbleygourd." Now this Gobbleygourd looks like it has shed all of the gourds that make up its anatomy and is instead just focusing on the feathered parts of itself.
There's a little decorative.
There is a little bit of decorative flair.
Just
There's
a little flair.
Still a snood, but I like the feminine hairdo.
Yep.
Again, feather dew that's been added to Miss Kazoo Duck's version here. You know what? Maybe the name is a clue. Maybe this is not a Gobbleygourd, but a duckly quack.
Wow.
Or a quackily zucchini. This is a quackly.
That's it. Quackly
I am
zucchini.
naming this monster a quackly zucchini.
Maybe it's a quackly kazukini.
Oh, very smart.
There we go.
Even smarter than my suggestion.
We
All right.
quacked your code,
And
Miss Kazoo
finally,
Duck.
from Ruben V, we have an epic Gobbleygourd and a rare Gobbleygourd here.
Love
the epic
this.
Gobbleygourd looking an awful lot like your sort of run-of-the-mill human world turkey. Its coloration there and more feathers replacing the sort of leaf vegetable quality of the existing monsters. And rare Gobbleygourd who is on fire.
I love it. I don't think you need to comment any more than that. It's on fire, and people would say, "That's great."
I love the
What a great
creativity
idea.
expressed here, and obviously Ruben V knows his rare and epic monsters and the sort of variations that might exist inside of one monster species.
I lied. I have one more comment about the rare Gobbleygourd. Is that
Yes.
a bow tie? Our view is a little small.
I think
can't
it is
tell
a
if that's
bow
spot or
tie.
a bow.
You know what I think is interesting about the epic Gobbleygourd that I'm just noticing now as well? There's 4 sets of nostrils, just like a stog,
Whoa.
on the beak there.
Well, amazing one.
Truly monstrous. Truly
I
monstrous.
think we're gonna get a slight
Monster
zoom
Handler
in.
Michael is
Bring it.
zooming in.
There's a bow tie.
Just a spot on the neck, maybe.
Let's
It could
interpret
be.
it as a bow tie.
For now, we're not gonna try to step on your toes.
Let's take
Ruben
a look.
V.
Let's take a little closer look.
Oh, there is a spot near the mouth as well, so maybe that is just a marking, which is just fine.
But it would be great if it was a bow tie shaped marking.
Love those two.
Next up from Slime here, again, a perfect view of Gobbleygourd giving an especially large Gah! You can see the mouth is open at a nigh unnatural angle, but that's sort of the beak angles you can expect from a
That's right.
Gobbleygourd. Well done, Slime.
Love
like
the eyes on that
that
one, too.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Same point.
I
Wow,
see
what
your
have we
point.
got here from Artist 208? We've got a bunch of monsters sort of taking in Gobbleygourd's rival.
That's
We've got
right.
Epic Punkleton. We've got, I think, a Glowl back there.
Epic
We've got
Pummel?
Dandy Doo looking very suspicious. Epic Pummel. Yes.
And then you Repetillo up there wearing the head costume.
Oh,
from
yes.
the float.
Very good.
I was like,
Yes.
Glowl's
I was trying to
hiding back there
recognize
as
who
well.
that was,
Yeah.
but you would know better than I. Thank you, says Artist 28. Well, thank you
Yes.
for this amazing monster piece.
Thank you.
We love it. Well, those were just splendid. I love seeing the creativity that the new things that we introduce to My Sing Monsters inspires in our community. And of course, as I mentioned, Feastember continues all this weekend, all next week. So continue to create your Feastember related artworks, your monster pieces, and we can go from there and we can show off even more next week at this time exactly, which will be Black Friday. Ooh, it's not spooky. It's
I have
just a day of sales.
one more
Sales?
reminder. I have one more reminder to throw out there.
Yes.
This is your last chance to type !raffle and get on that because Sydney will be pulling the winner very, very shortly, and we will be announcing it since we are so close to the end
Now,
of the show.
while those last few !raffles are put there in the chat, should we reveal what it is that they're going to be winning today, Monster Handler Eric?
Oh, no.
No.
Let's never tell them.
Okay. So even when we pull the winner, we're never going to inform them what it is that they've actually
Something
won.
will appear on their island. They may or may not recognize
totally
it was
be
not there
It'll
before.
totally be a surprise.
Or we could just tell them now, I guess.
Why don't you tell them, Eric?
How would you like to win a Gobbleygourd of your own?
It's a joke. So who's the winner of our Gobbleygourd today? A free Gobbleygourd.
I announced the last one. Would you like to announce
Yes,
this one?
give me a drum roll, please. Oh, no, sorry, give me a gobble roll. The winner of today's giveaway, general giveaway of a Gobbleygourd is MLG Plays 12. Congratulations, MLG Plays 12. Please whisper at us your BBBID/friend code, and we will be sure to deliver your Gobbleygourd absolutely free of charge to your account.
Do you mean your big blue bubble ID?
Yes, I mean the big blue, but did you know that that's what BBB stands for? Big Blue Bubble ID?
Wow.
Now you-
Easter eggs left and right on this show.
Thanksgiving eggs, please.
Ah.
So,
Feastember eggs.
that's just about our show. That's episode 55 of My Singing Monsters Live, but we've got one more thing that I want to share with you today. And
We gotta
that's-
do one more
And
thing.
that's our composer piece. This composer piece was Sean Connery. This composer piece was sent into us by Temperson MSM. No, Temperson MSM sent in. Sorry, Sean. Temperson MSM sent in this delightful original composition called Rubber Island. Why did I think rubber worked well? Because
Why?
there's rubber turkeys, right? There's rubber chickens at least. So maybe there are rubber turkeys. I thought
Fair
it was
enough.
fitting, and even if it doesn't specifically have a theme related to Feastember, I thought it was an excellent composition. So please enjoy this composer piece of Rubber Island by Temperson MSM, and until next week for episode 56.
Should we do it as Sean Connery?
Yes.
Happy monstering!